Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. During his Sunday Angelus, the Holy Father Pope Francis invited the attention of the world to the humanitarian catastrophe in the African nation of Somalia and in neighbouring countries. An unprecedented drought has exacerbated the crisis in Somalia. The Pope stressed that the populations of this region, already living in very precarious conditions, are now in mortal danger from drought.
Desidero attirare l'attenzione sulla grave crisi umanitaria che colpisce la Somalia e alcune zone dei paesi limitrofi.
He expressed hope that international solidarity can effectively respond to the emergency. However, he also bemoaned the fact that war diverts attention and resources. The pontiff said that the greatest commitment is the fight against hunger. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, famine could set in 8 regions of Somalia next month because of drought. As many as 1 million people face starvation in the nation in the Horn of Africa. At least 41 worshippers, including 18 children, were killed in a blaze in a Coptic church in Egypt on Sunday, August the 14th. The tragedy took place when close to 5,000 believers had assembled for liturgy in the Abu Sifin church in Giza city. According to an official statement, the fire was caused due to a malfunctioning air conditioner on the second floor. Many victims died after inhaling toxic fumes. As flames blocked the doorway, people rushed through the ground floor, causing a fatal stampede. Offering his condolences to the victims' families, Coptic Pope Tawadros II assured his solidarity and prayers for the victims and for their loved ones. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi also assured his condolences to the victims. Sunday's blaze was one of the worst fire tragedies in recent years in Egypt. In the US state of Louisiana, the Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal in an ongoing lawsuit regarding the ban on abortions. On Friday, August the 12th, the appeal filed by 3 abortion clinics was dismissed. After the overturning of Roe v. Wade, the state's anti-abortion trigger law came into effect, but it was challenged in court and State Judge Donald Johnson blocked it on July the 21st. However, on July the 29th, the appeals court issued a verdict favouring the enactment of the law. When the plaintiffs tried to appeal the verdict, the Supreme Court dismissed it. After the Supreme Court verdict was announced, State Attorney Jeff Landry said on Twitter that he was happy with the judgment and vowed to continue fighting to end what he called a legal circus. The law bans most abortions except when the fetus has fatal deformities. Catholic bishops of the United States have renewed their solidarity with the Church in Lebanon. In a statement issued by the Bishop David Malloy of Rockford, chairman of the U.S. Episcopate's Committee on International Justice and Peace, the prelates said they were praying for the protection of the Middle Eastern nation. They also declared their support for the call of Maronite Patriarch Cardinal Beshara Rai for the active neutrality of Lebanon. The Patriarch wants the nation to be a place of conviviality between Christians and Muslims and a sign of hope for all Christians and the Middle East. This statement of the bishops comes against the backdrop of the arbitrary detention of Maronite Archbishop Musa el-Hajj by Lebanese security last month as he was returning from a routine visit to his see in Haifa and in the Holy Land. After a gap of 21 years, the American Diocese of Cleveland witnessed one of its members being consecrated as its auxiliary bishop. The Most Reverend Michael Wust received episcopal consecration from Bishop Edward Malesic on August the 4th at the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist. The last time the diocese witnessed 2 members of its clergy being ordained as auxiliaries was in 2001. That year, Reverend Roger Grease and Father Martin Amos were consecrated bishops. The 2 prelates, who are now retired, were the co-consecrators of Bishop Wust. Bishop Malesic said it was a great day for the diocese, as one of its sons was consecrated as its new auxiliary bishop. The ceremony was attended by Cincinnati Archbishop Dennis Schnur and Monsignor Seamus Horgan, who represented Apostolic Nuncio Archbishop Christophe Pierre. Also in attendance were the 2 siblings of the new bishop, Father Dave Wust and Father Tom Wust, who were also serving in the Diocese of Cleveland. The Knights of Columbus has honoured one of its members from war-torn Ukraine for outstanding service to fellow knights and the Church in spite of the conflict in the country. Yuri Metetsky, who is the Order's state deputy in charge of the 2,000 knights there, was honoured with the St. Michael Award earlier this month. Metetsky was given the top honour during the Knights Supreme Convention in Nashville from August the 2nd to August the 4th. The award was handed over by Supreme Knight Patrick Kelly at the state's dinner, attended by hundreds of knight delegates and their families, members of the clergy and special invitees. Soon after the war broke out in Ukraine, the Knights met with the Latin Rite Archbishop Mieczysław Mokrycki of Lviv and Greek Major Archbishop Sviatoslav Shevchuk under the leadership of Metetsky and set up the Anti-Crisis Committee to coordinate relief efforts. The Knights distributed food and warm clothes to displaced people and started bus services to transport people to areas closer to the Polish border. On August the 15th, believers in Muslim-majority Bangladesh observed the 50th anniversary of the death of a pioneer Italian missionary who was killed by robbers. Believers in Andrakota paid homage to the memory of Father Angelo Maggioni, who ministered to the poor and was instrumental in founding the prestigious St. Joseph's School and College. Both the school and college are one of the most sought-after educational institutions in the northern part of the country. The missionary was gunned down on August the 14th in 1972 by bandits in his residence. He was 55 years old when martyred and had served the church for 25 years. The martyr's memory is kept alive by the bullets lodged on the walls and wardrobe, and believers still remember him in their prayers. As the crackdown on the church intensifies in Nicaragua, police banned a Catholic procession and pilgrimage in the capital on Saturday. Police cited security issues in banning the proposed procession, which was supposed to be a send-off to the pilgrim Virgin statue of Our Lady of Fatima during the conclusion of the National Marian Congress. While the banning of the pilgrimage and procession by the Daniel Ortega regime, the Archdiocese of Managua urged the faithful to spend Friday in prayer and fasting and to attend Mass in the cathedral the following day. This comes a week after the regime shut down 7 radio stations. The anti-Catholic government has also ordered an investigation into Bishop Rolando Alvarez Lagos of Matagalpa, who has been charged with conspiracy and incitement of violence. The Catholic bishops of Nigeria's Owerri ecclesiastical province in Imo State have voiced their concern over ongoing insecurity. In a statement entitled "Averting the Gathering Storm," the bishops said the West African nation is in trouble. In the statement, they said violent groups are on the rampage and innocent lives are being lost. Reiterating their calls to the government to protect its citizens, the bishops emphasised the need to prosecute the perpetrators of the violence. They also condemned the falling standards of education in the country. Urging prayers from the faithful, the prelates also committed the West African nation into the hands of God. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow for more. And remember, you can also visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.